At 19, I quit watching porn. Literally the most addictive habit, arguably ever, right? I quit at 19. Takes most guys 20 years. Took me a few months of trying, and it's going to take you even less time with the advice I'm giving you in this video. I had a 6-year addiction. I struggled for so long. I tried to quit maybe 50 times. Always got onto the wrong system. I had no idea how to do it. So in this video, and if I heard this advice, I'd have quit so easy. Step 1, get onto my protocol called Less Fap. All right, write all these down. Less Fap is simply where you fap less this week than you did last week. Literally, that's it. If you watch porn 7 times last week, the common advice would be to go to 0 this week, because you know that's fast progress. Just go to 0, bro. But they've never had an addiction. I can tell if they're saying that shit. If you watch porn 7 times last week, watch it 5 times this week. Watch it 6 times, because that's still less than 7. All right, you're simply not ready to go to 0. All right, that's just a fact. You're not ready. You're addicted. You've watched porn 1,000 times. Your brain cannot cope with going to 0 and quitting cold turkey. You need to gradually reduce it down. If you are into the gym culture, and you're training a skinny guy, it's his first day in the gym, and he says, I want to lift the heaviest weight. You'd look at him like, all right, you're not doing that. You're small, you just got it. Oh, but I want to lift it. I'll get strong. You won't be to pick it up. You're not ready for that. Start on the lightest weight we have, all right? Next week, go a bit up, increase the weight. Within a few years, maybe you'll be able to lift the biggest weight. But for now, you're not ready for that. Lift the small weight. It's the same with you. You're not ready to quit porn cold turkey. You're not ready for NoFap. You need to just focus on getting the addiction under control by watching porn slightly less each week, all right? So number 1, you still get to watch porn. This is why Less Fap works so well. You can still watch porn because it's kind of fun when you're addicted. Number 2, you'll be experiencing progress towards a goal, which is an amazing feeling. You actually feel like you have purpose in your life. The goal being quitting porn, the progress being watching it less and less each week, so you're getting closer to that goal. And thirdly, each week you'll be noticing benefits from quitting or reducing porn. So the less you watch porn, the more confident you get, the less anxiety you've got, the more testosterone you've got. And when you're noticing benefits, you know, you're waking up with morning wood, you don't really care what people think, you are more energized and motivated to work on a business or go to the gym, then you're not going to give up. When you experience benefits, you don't quit. If you were in the gym and you started noticing your arms getting bigger, you're not going to think, oh, my arm's getting bigger, I'm going to quit now. Like, what? No, you'd be like, oh, wow, it's working. I'm getting bigger. Let's keep going, right? It's positive feedback. The better results you get out of it, the more likely you are going to continue. So you're getting all these benefits, you're making all this progress, and you're still watching porn, just slightly less each week, so that your brain cannot notice that you just stopped watching it. So you're still watching it, just do it a bit less each week. Now, if you like my advice, if you want to support me and you want to get the best tips I can possibly give you, the link below is my porn quitting course. I'll talk about it later, I'm just mentioning it now. It's very cheap if you're interested. Number 2, to make Less Fap easier and just give you a better life, I want you to improve your mental health, all right? Imagine 2 guys. One guy is lonely, depressed, no friends, no goals, no girls, no nothing, anxiety, all this. That's the first guy. The second guy, he's social, he's got no anxiety, he's happy, he's working towards goals every day, he feels purposeful. Which one of them has a porn addiction? Obviously the first guy. We watch porn when we're sad, we're lonely or depressed. When we have negative emotions, we watch porn to make us feel better. When we're happy, social, motivated, confident, all these good emotions, the need for porn is not there, because we only watch porn when we are sad. When we're not sad, we don't watch it. So why don't we, instead of just relying on our brain to just randomly give us any emotion, like, you know, you could be happy one minute, you could be sad the next minute. Why don't we do 2 things that are going to make us happy most of the time? And when we're happy most of the time, the need for porn is not there, because the happy guy doesn't watch it because he doesn't need to. He's already happy. So how do we improve our mental health? Number 1, gratitude journal. Okay, you've heard it before maybe. Sounds gay, but I don't care. It works. Each day, each morning, each night, whatever. Write down 1 thing you're grateful for. 1 thing, 3 things, 5 things. Just write down a sentence of whatever you're grateful for that day. Whether it's a drink, you know, the fact that you've got clean water, arms and legs, the fact that you can understand English or get education for free. Whatever it is, just write it down and just think about it for a second. Because we always look at Instagram, we look at these guys who have more than us, they got the girls, the money, the cars, and this makes us sad because they have something we want. Now, why don't we do the opposite? Why don't we think about what we have that other people want? All right, there's poor people all over the world that would die for your life. Even if you don't believe it, it's true. They would. They'd swap lives in an instant with you. So why don't we think about that instead? Instead of thinking, oh, this guy's got this guy's got that. Think about what you have that others don't. Write it down and just watch yourself be a grateful, more happy person. And there was a study that showed when you are grateful, it's impossible to be anxious. So try it. Be grateful and you can't be anxious at the same time. And obviously when you're anxious, you watch porn, most likely you do a bad habit. So the less anxiety we have during the day, the less likely we are to watch porn. The second thing you want to do for mental health each day is meditate. Now meditate, all you do, breathe in and out and focus your attention on one part. I like to focus on my nose or where the breath's coming out of your nose. Just focus on that whilst you're breathing in and out slowly. And this causes you to be in the present moment. You're not thinking about the past or the future, so you can't be anxious or depressed because you're just thinking about now. You're not worrying about what's going to happen soon, what happened before. You're not going to be depressed. You're not going to be anxious. Focus on the present moment. There'll be no thoughts in your brain. You'll be relaxed. You'll be calm. And this just doubles your mental health. Literally do it for 30 seconds a day. Work it up to a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Keep doing this. You don't need a special app. Just the timer on your phone. Just put that in. Breathe in and out until it finishes. And yeah, make progress towards this every single day. And your mental health will improve so much. Gratitude journal and meditation. Do that for 2 weeks, and I guarantee the amount you watch porn will cut in half without even trying. Just improve the mental health and watch porn disappear. Now, finally, one last tip I'm going to give you is stop identifying as a porn watching loser. All right, you're probably thinking, what? I don't think like that. If you had to ask your brain what it thought of you about porn, your brain would say, yeah, I'm addicted to porn, but I'm trying to quit. It's hard. I'm trying, but yeah, I can't stop. That's what your brain would say. Whether you like it or not, that's the truth. You're addicted to porn, but you're trying to quit. This sounds like a good thing, but it's not. You are trying to quit. You haven't quit. You still love porn, you're still addicted, and you're trying, you're struggling. Instead, why don't you identify as someone who hates porn, finds it boring, and doesn't watch it, even if it's not true, all right? It's obviously not true. You still watch porn, but why don't you trick your mind into thinking that is true, that you don't watch porn, you haven't watched porn in months, you find it boring, you find it gay and cringe, and you have no interest in it, even if it's not true. Because if you tell yourself this enough, your brain starts to believe it, because your brain can't tell the difference between what you're telling it and just reality. Your brain can't tell the difference. So if you just tell it every single day that you don't like porn, you'll wake up one day and the urge for porn won't be there, because your brain's caught up. Your brain's like, oh, I don't watch porn. This is weird. I'm not doing it, right? Because you've manipulated and lied to your brain. But if it works, if it helps you quit porn, do it. So change your identity to someone who doesn't watch porn, has no interest in it, and has already quit. I'll make an analogy to make it simpler. Imagine two guys at a party. The first guy, they're both trying to quit drinking. The first guy gets offered a drink. He says, no, sorry, I'm trying to quit drinking. I've got a problem. I'm not having it. Second guy gets offered a drink. He says, I don't drink. That guy does not drink that night. Even if he's more addicted than the first dude, he doesn't drink that night because he's already said, I don't drink. So why would anyone offer him a drink? Why would he go for a drink? He doesn't drink. Even if it's not true, he does not drink. The first guy gets offered another drink half an hour later because he's trying to quit, because he's still struggling, because he's still an alcoholic. He takes the drink because that's his identity. It's been ingrained in him that he's trying to quit, but he's struggling. Not that he's already quit, but that he's trying to. So he drinks, he fails that night, gets drunk, wakes up in the morning hating himself because that was still his identity. And the second guy doesn't drink for another month and gets rid of his alcoholism, all right? That's the power of identity, okay? So number one, get onto less FAP. Just watch porn less and less each week. Number two, improve your mental health by meditating and gratitude journaling. Finally, change your identity to a porn-watching loser to someone who does not watch porn and hates it. I hope this helped. If you want more tips and you want to support me and my business, the link below is my porn quitting course. The price is going up very soon. Once you buy it, by the way, just filled with all the best tips I can possibly give you. But once you buy it, there is a free bonus section that you get teaching you how to speak to girls, you know, how to attract them, do whatever really, because that becomes easy when you quit porn. I hope this helped. Please subscribe if it did, and goodbye.